From our website, Donna writes, "We're starting to see the seams and the screw heads in the walls where the sheetrock are joined. What do you suggest?" All right, Donna, this is going to sound a little funny, but if you want to eliminate those screw pops that you're seeing, you need to actually add more screws. You see, this is what happens. Drywall expands and contracts as well as the framing below it. If there aren't enough screws in that drywall, that's when you start to see them popping. So above and below where you see the screw pops, add additional drywall screws. Typically you want to use a screw that's about 1 5/8 long, and make sure you countersink it just a little bit below the paper. Then from there you can go ahead and place some lightweight spackling compound over the top of all the screws. Once that spackling compound dries, you can sand it, prime it, and then paint it. Now, depending on the finish on the wall, you may end up painting the entire wall, especially if you have an eggshell or satin finish. You see, if you try and touch that up, you may see flashing, which means it's shinier. So by painting it corner to corner, once you're done, your screw pops will be a thing of the past. Roberta writes, "How do I use a popcorn sealing patch to make it adhere to the surface?" Well, Roberta, these popcorn sealing patch kits actually work pretty well. You know, they're a spray kit that come with different tips on there to help you mimic the type of finish that you have. Whether it's a coarse or a fine or even an orange peel, they have multiple tips to help you decide which kind of finish you're looking for. But the real trick is to practice, because it does take a little getting used to try and blend in the finish up into the ceiling. One trick is to go into a closet area and see if you can mimic the look that you're going for in the main room. Once you've sort of mastered that technique of spraying, you want to make sure that the area is scraped, it's clean, and it's dry. Then slowly apply the finish onto the ceiling, spraying back and forth, and then you'll need a little bit of overlap so that you can try to blend it all in. But remember this, you will see the patch a little bit when you look directly at the area. So my tip is, don't look up. Mary writes, "I believe we have a broken pipe outside which caused a sewage smell in our sump pumps. The smell is really bad at times. Is there something we can do from the inside to help this problem until the pipe can be fixed? Can I pour bleach in the sump pump or new pumps? Please help me." Well, Mary, what concerns me about the broken pipe is the fact that you said it's sewage smell coming in there. That can be hazardous to your health, so you don't want to wait too long before you get that pipe fixed. Now, sure, you can pour bleach down into that sump pump area. That's going to help to control the smell a little bit. But the problem is, as those pumps start to cycle, that sewage water can be brought into that pump area, and then you have the smell all over again. If you can, I'm not quite sure where you live and what part of the country, but maybe open up a window in that basement area to get some fresh air in there, and then get a plumber scheduled to come fix the pipe. Many times, they can use a sewer camera from the inside to literally take a movie of what's going on with that sewer line, locate exactly where it's broken, and then dig it up, fix it, and no more sewage smell. Jack writes, "How would you recommend I repair the stainless steel cover on top of my stove that sits under the gas burners? A number of scratches, some caused by the heavy cast iron frame over the burners. Thank you." Well, Jack, the difficulty in what you're trying to find is that they're really hard to find. You see, not a lot of hardware stores carry this anymore because the technology in how many of the gas stoves are made now have eliminated those rings that you're looking for. Now, if you have a good hardware store in your area, you may find things like these chrome and or stainless steel burner rings, as they're called. These actually go in place in that that pocket where the burner is, and then your metal grate goes over the top of that. Now, if you can't find those, there are these things called burner bibs, and they're really kind of a disposable item that you put underneath there, and the whole objective of these is to catch any grease or overspill that may happen when you're cooking so that you don't mar the finish. But like I mentioned, if you have a good hardware store and you know the manufacturer of the stove that you have, there's a good chance they can special order it for you and make the top of that stove look brand new.
For more information, check out our website at HouseSmartsTV.com.